First of all, I want to say that no one prepares you for this. An industrial pump.
A medical pump to get the milk out.
Her birthday is the day that we met. You brought up like taking her to the chiropractor because we have a really cool chiropractor.
Charlotte's first chiropractor visit. Okay, you guys, so the last video you just saw was of us in the hospital giving birth to Charlotte and coming home with literally no idea what to expect.
Nothing.
And so we decided we'd just do a quick little update video.
Today is 3 weeks and there she is. I wonder if you can kind of see. She's sleeping on the couch. She's probably in the corner of the camera. This is rare. She doesn't like sleeping. It's kind of been a rough 3 weeks. First of all, I want to say that no one prepares you for this. Everyone says like, oh, have kids. It's so much fun. Like they're so cute, which like she is really cute.
And it will get there, but
the first few weeks and like maybe a few months, we don't even know yet. It's rough. Like it's really rough, especially because she didn't like eating at first, so breastfeeding was really hard.
When we were in the hospital, she was really good at latching on. Obviously, like she didn't really like suck and stuff, but she had a really good like big mouth and could like latch on really easy. It was just trying to get her to learn to like suck and get used to it. Obviously my milk hadn't come in yet. It took like 3 days for my milk to come in, and so you know they're just eating the colostrum. So for a while we just kind of like had to squeeze my nipple really hard and push the colostrum out, and then we fed it to her on a spoon. And then we were trying to get her to latch and stuff, so we put like a nipple shield on in the hospital, and we had this little, do you still have it?
I'll grab it. This was the worst.
It's like a syringe with like this long little skinny tube, and we'd put baby formula into it and then kind of slowly squeeze it into like the nipple shield, and then she would suck to like get her to learn to like suck.
So this was my job. I'll tell you what I was, so look, I don't know if you can see. This is it. And so we would have formula in here and we'd have to thread it into the nipple shield, and I would have to slowly push on this. So if I did it too fast, it would just pour out and just land all over you, and she'd get really mad at me. But if I did it too slow, then Charlotte would get frustrated because she wasn't getting a lot of milk. So I can't tell you how many like 3 a.m. nights I would fall asleep, like just slowly pushing this, and I'd like, yeah.
Anyway, she's
the worst.
She's breastfeeding now, but she's still just really slow, which I guess is normal. She takes a long time to breastfeed and takes her time. So I'm waiting for that day when it takes 5 to 10 minutes on each side. That's what I'm waiting for. But
because right now it's like 20 minutes each side.
Yeah, maybe even a little longer too. Anyway, then we've been trying to like figure out the plan because they eat every 2 to 3 hours, and I got on a call. What was that?
Taking care of babies.
Taking care of babies. I got on a call with a consultant, and she said to let them, like, I mean, hopefully she should wake up when she's hungry, obviously, but don't let her go past at least 3 hours, but she should eat during the day, like every 2.5 hours, and then that way at night she could sleep a little longer, but she still kind of wakes up in the night every like 2 hours exactly.
Yeah, like last night. It was like every 2 hours on the dot, she'd just start crying.
Yeah, so anyway, she's figuring it out. We're getting there, but then there's like a certain time in the afternoon where at first it was just at night. It would hit every time at like 7 or 8 o'clock for a couple of hours. She just screams, and then
she's got a pair of lungs too.
We kind of thought,
she's loud.
Or the consultant said cluster feeding, like they can cluster feed. So then sometimes I'll put her back on the nipple, but then it's annoying because I feel like she's not really drinking anything, and then my nipple just hurts so bad. So it's just like, at least it helps her not scream. But then sometimes you kind of just gotta let her scream because I don't know what else there is to do.
She likes music.
We thought I'll have to play music really loud for her. She likes that better than her sound machine. We thought she was constipated because sometimes she'll do like like
little baby grunts.
Yes, and she's been pooping, so I know she's like not constipated, but
there was like one day where it was like really bad.
Even when I'm feeding her, she like does that, and she'll be pushing when I'm feeding her. So maybe she is kind of constipated to like get the poop out, but she's pooping, but she could just kind of be constipated getting it out, you know?
Yeah.
And then everyone's like, maybe change your diet, and that just stresses me out because I don't like certain things, and I love dairy. Like, I don't even know. I maybe should just try it to see. I mean, everyone says usually when they get a little bit bigger, it doesn't matter anymore. But sometimes when they're small and their body's adapting, you got to change your diet. So if you guys have any recommendations to help us out or anything, that would be great.
Yeah, leave them below. We'll read all of them.
Yeah,
We've been getting a lot of advice, and something's
everyone's
working.
been
We
really
try like
nice.
everything that people tell us.
Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Just depends.
Yeah.
Anyway, when we came home, it took like 3 days for my milk to come in. So like, you know, we're at the hospital for 2 days. So I guess like 4 days.
It's like 3 or 4
It came in like
days.
2 days after I came home.
Mm-hmm.
So like 4 days. Jonas's mom came and helped us for the first 2 nights, and then my mom and sister flew in from Arizona to stay for like 4 or 5 days. And I have, you know, the same kind of breasts and little teeny tiny nipples that like my sister and mom have, and they've always had a hard time like breastfeeding, and their nipples hurt really bad, and they really gotta like stretch the nipples out to like get it going. So anyway, when my milk came in, I was like trying to feed her, but my breasts swelled up like I had triple D boobs, which I know they get big.
Yeah, we thought she had an infection.
But I'm telling you, it was like way
It was
bigger
pretty
than
bad.
most people. I was sending the pictures to my friends because Chelsea's like, my sister Chelsea's like, you gotta take pictures for memories to see these because these are bad. And it was like lumps up into my collarbone. Like you couldn't even, there was no squish anywhere. And of course I didn't know what to do. So I'm like, I guess I just gotta try to pump this out. So I'm getting my little LV pump and this other little pump we have, and it like
broke
was barely,
2 pumps.
it was like barely even working.
So we had to, let me find it. We had to go back to the hospital and rent an industrial pump.
A medical pump to get the milk out because
Huge
my breasts
thing.
were so hard that she couldn't even suck, and like nothing was coming out, and then my nipples like were so small, like and like she wasn't latching on my left one because my left one was like harder for her to latch onto. Thankfully, when my mom and sister came, they're like, this is what we had to do. They're like, you got to get a medical pump, you got to do this and this. So their 4 or 5 days of being here got me started, which was really nice. Like,
yeah,
because you know my sister, her youngest is 9 now, but like she's been through it. She has 4 kids, and it was like similar for her. So that was really nice. But yeah, my boobs were awful, and I've really wanted to breastfeed, so I'm like, just gotta push through it, get through the first month. And I know everyone says like, if you can't do it, like if I get to that point, then I will do formula. But just like the benefits of breastfeeding and all the things, I'm like, I really want to do it. They say kind of once you get to like 3 months, it's pretty smooth sailing with breastfeeding and stuff, or at least get through the first month. But
does it still hurt pretty bad?
yeah,
For the first
still.
like 2 weeks, every time she breastfed, she'd have to you'd like squeeze my arm
and I was like,
because it
peeking.
hurts so
And then right
bad.
now they're like sore because I feel like she's just eating so much, and it's like they just hurt so bad.
Her weight looks good. At the doctor checkup, they said everything looks good.
She weighed 6'12" when she came. Then we took her in 2 days later, and she weighed 6'6", which is normal to like lose a little bit. And then when we went in a week later, she weighed 7 pounds. Her next appointment isn't for a little while, so I'm curious to see like what she is now. You know, like has she gained weight? Has she kind of stayed the same?
We asked the doctor too. We're like, listen, doc, you got to tell us how tall she's gonna be, because we're just curious. And what did he say? He's like, honestly, there's no way of knowing.
When a pediatrician tells you what their height's gonna be, he says a pediatrician will never say that in front of another pediatrician because there's no way they can determine the height. That's just like BS, he said. So he says when they tell you that, they're just BSing and just giving you an estimate of what they think it's gonna be.
Which makes sense, you know, like
Right.
I wasn't a huge baby, but I'm a huge person
Right.
now, you know.
Right. So anyway,
So
he was
we'll
just
wait
saying
and
from
see.
like, he was like, if you want me to give you a guess estimate, he's like, I think she'll be 5'4", 5'5", right?
Yeah, well, because what he said made a lot of sense, because he's like, the average girl is 5'4", I think, or 5'5".
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, Michaela, so you're like 4
And then
inches
average
shorter.
Guy is
The
5'10".
average guy is 5'10", so I am 9 inches taller. So he's like, she'll probably be a little bit taller than average. So I think he said like 5'6" or something.
5'5", 5'6" or something.
That made sense.
Yeah, something.
I mean, I guess we'll see, but she's growing.
Yeah, so
She's
if your
getting there.
pediatrician tells you what their height's going to be, it's false.
And I need to share this because you've probably already seen on Instagram, but we found out her birthday is the day that we met. 6
day
years
that
ago,
we
the
met.
exact same day. In the back of my head, this whole time, because like I've been saying September 21st would be a cool birthday for like a few reasons, but I knew there was some other reason why. It was like killing me because I couldn't put my finger on
Well,
it.
then Jonas texted me this morning and was like, call me when you wake up. And then I went to call him and he was on a work meeting. And he goes, no, I'll just wait till you get home.
Yeah, I'm
so
like,
I can
I'll just
surprise
film
you."
your reaction.
And
But
so downstairs when Jonas and I, did you get that after we got?
it was like for our first
Engaged?
wedding anniversary, I think.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
something, yeah.
Because I gave it to
got-
you when we were in Arizona.
Yeah, he got this like map made of Utah of like where we had our first kiss, when we met, and our first date. And it has like little hearts. Anyway, at the bottom of it says 9/21.
2017, yeah.
You know? So that's weird.
Yeah.
It's
So
like, what
we
a-
met, and then exactly 6 years later to the day, we gave birth to a
Charlotte.
little baby right there. This is actually crazy that she's sleeping.
And I like don't want to wake
Like
her up.
actually
She needs
crazy,
to
because I'm
wake
telling you
up
guys,
to
she loves screaming.
I mean, she does sleep like a good majority though. It's just sometimes it's hard to get her to go to sleep. Like she'll maybe cry for like an hour
Yeah.
till she goes to sleep, and then it's annoying because then she'll sleep for only an hour and then wake up to eat.
I
And
feel
it's
like she gets frustrated easily too, because when she's breastfeeding, if she doesn't like latch on right away, she'll like just start crying, and you have to like. And also, I
and
feel
she's
like
really strong, so she's
Yeah.
always pushing away and holding her. Like she's so strong.
she's
It's crazy.
she's like moving her neck and stuff, and like she's got a tight grip. I feel like if she doesn't fall asleep soon enough, then she just gets frustrated that she's tired,
Mhm.
and so it's just like a downward spiral, because then she'll cry more, and then she'll get more tired, but she's still gonna sleep, so she gets more frustrated. So it's kind of a balancing act. You have to like first we swallow her up, which sometimes I feel like she doesn't like,
Mhm.
and you have to like
When
rock
she
her.
comes down, she likes to be swaddled and like held really tight.
Her favorite way to be rocked. It's terrible because it takes so much energy out of me, because she likes like really big movements. She doesn't.
Mhm.
I mean, sometimes you can
Once
get her
she's
with like the little
asleep,
ones, yeah.
like,
But like
fully
if she's
asleep.
crying, she really wants to be. And so, man, it's a workout. Like I know she's only 7 pounds, but like I've spent probably like an hour at a time straight just. And then as soon as I stop, because like I get a text or something, or I'm doing something, she'll start crying. So I gotta keep, man, it's a lot. Babies are a lot. We had some friends over the other week, one of my best friends, and I'm like, listen, you guys should wait to have a baby until you are 100% wanting a baby. And like, because if you don't really, really want this thing, I can see how it'd get, really frustrating as a parent. I mean, luckily for us, like we waited a while, we were ready,
Jonas
but
still was like,
it's
you
still
guilt
pretty
tripped
hard.
me into this. Which I knew like having a baby was gonna be hard. People kind of talk about it being hard and like, oh, the worst part is just, breastfeeding and your nipples hurt really bad or this or that, but no one really talks about going through all these things. And I know some babies are different than others, and then everyone's like, oh, the newborn stage is so great, they just sleep. And it's like, yeah, my sister's like, yeah, the first couple days, because
Yeah.
they come out of the room and all they do is sleep, and then life hits them and they're developing and growing, and the real life is, they're out of the womb, they're trying to figure out.
Yeah,
I
what
don't know.
the pediatrician said makes sense, because we were asking him, we're like, man, like why does she cry so much? Because we feel like we have a pretty loving house, and like she's well taken care of, and like we're pretty cool parents, I would like to think. But he said it's because in the womb it's like it's warm in there, they're tight, and there's lots of like
She was
background
really tight in
noise.
mine.
Yeah, she barely fit in there. And so she's all snuggled up and like there's nothing to worry about. But then now in the real world, there's just a lot of stuff. And so it just kind of builds up like frustration, and she just has to get it out because she can't really cope very well. So it makes sense. She's definitely gotten better, but yeah,
And I
man,
feel like she's maybe been kind of colicky, but I don't really know.
yeah,
I don't know.
it's hard to tell. For those of you that don't know, because I didn't until like 2 weeks ago, I think colic is just when a baby cries like regularly. Like for us, it's usually like mid-afternoon, she'll cry for a few hours, and like late evening, she'll cry for a few hours.
Mhm.
That's if we're lucky. Sometimes it's like kind of off and on the whole day. I don't want to sound negative, I'm just
I
saying
know,
it's
it's
kind of
hard.
hard. But luckily she's really cute. It'll be really nice when she can recognize us. This is another thing I'm learning. I had no idea, but like babies can't even see. It's like 8
3
weeks
months,
until
or-
they can recognize faces.
Oh.
8 weeks, so that's like 2 months. And it's like 3 months until they can like track a moving object. I guess right now all she can see is like kind of like colors. And she smiles sometimes. I mean, it's on accident, but that's really cute. She'll smile, but it'll be really cool when she can like recognize us.
Everyone says
And-
just get to 3 and 4 months and it gets better.
Yeah.
But I still feel like that's so far away.
The funny thing too is like all of my friends that have kids, that's what they've all been telling me. I'm like, you guys, why didn't you tell me this before? Like why didn't you prep me a little bit? Like, hey, it's gonna be really rough, but it's an experience. What we should do is we should do a day in the life video. Although I don't even know when we would start the day in the life video, because it's like, do we start when she wakes up? Because she wakes up all the time. You know? Maybe we just start like, we'll just start at like 7 a.m. Because I wake up anyways. I don't think you realize this. Like the first few weeks, I would wake up every single time to help, because we were still figuring things out. And if sometimes she didn't like latching on and breastfeeding, so like I would bottle feed while she pumped, and then one of us would burp her, one of us would change her diaper. By the time that's all over, we put her back to bed. We have to like wake up in 30 minutes again, I feel like. That was really rough. But now we're kind of in more of a routine, and like you can handle it. So Michaela wakes up every 2 to 3 hours of the night to feed her, and I don't really have to help, but I still wake up just because I hear.
It would be nice to have your help.
I know. The hard thing is I'm going back to work now. I've been for the last week, and so I'm trying to get more sleep just because I'm like, you know, I have to be at work at 9, and so it's hard, but I can film. I don't know. It'd be crazy. It's been really nice. I don't know, it gives you a whole new perspective on life, and like I really appreciate the little things, you know.
I know,
like,
every time at night I want you to just cuddle me, but then you're asleep and you're on your side. I'm like, can you just snuggle me in bed now that I'm not pregnant and hurting and feeling sick all the time? I
think that was our other problem, is because your pregnancy was so bad that we were always saying like, man, I can't wait till the baby comes, you know, I can't wait till pregnancy's over. And then the baby came, and it's like, we're kind of missing pregnancy, because at least when you were pregnant, we slept through the night, you know. We could go out, and there was no one. I haven't really left the house much, besides we went to the chiropractor. Oh yeah, that was crazy. That helped. You brought up like taking her to the chiropractor, because we have a really cool chiropractor. Just thinking of everything that could help. Yeah, because she was like kind of constipated. Also, she like only liked turning her head to one side. She still kind of does that again. Like if I lay her down and her head's the other way, it like wakes her up. She has to like. Oh, really? Like every time I put her in her little pink thing right there, she's always on that side. Oh, that's true. That's a good point. She still does it. Well, good thing we're seeing them again. Anyways, I was scared because like I'm used to chiropractors being like, you know, so I'm like, is that safe for a baby? But we took her in, and Dr. Cashel works on tons of babies. And he said, especially because the way she was delivered, the vacuum. Yeah, because they had to get that vacuum pump suction cup thing and pull her out. He said it messes up alignment. And so he was just like barely like touching her back, and he was telling us like, oh yeah, like this is out, like this is stiff, like this is why she's hurting. Charlotte's first chiropractor visit. Okay, so sorry. Oh yeah, neck on the right side. Atlas, see one there. That's usually what it is. So we just use our fingers super light. So we just put a little pressure right there. He's probably gonna wake up, and yeah, it's right there. Sorry, let it go. Okay, just a little bit more. There we go. I'm sorry. Okay, that's it. Nice. That was really out. So basically, they move so easy. You just move the bones with your fingers. I'm just feeling the motion. It doesn't want to move at all on this side joint right there. See, she doesn't like it. It's tender. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm just gonna just apply a little bit of pressure there. Almost there. There we go. That's set. Good job. She likes putting her head this way. It's always to the right. Yeah, when she's laying on her back, or yeah, on her back. Okay, right there. Yeah. So usually when you find the restricted part, you can tell she'll fight right there. So we're just gonna use my fingers right there. Right there, almost. There we go. Good job. And so he just like barely like did some things to adjust her, and then she slept so well that day. Like 5 minutes later, she fell asleep, and then we had to like wake her up every single time to feed her. She was knocked out. So that was cool. He says it's good for them to come at least once a week for a little bit and get them adjusted. So we'll be doing that. Going again tomorrow. So that's life. It's been a ride. It's been fun. I've only put makeup on one time, and that was to do newborn pics. Those are cute. Today. Yeah. Look at her little pumpkin outfit for fall. Hi, Charlotte. I gave her a bath so her hair's like all nice and fluffy. Hey, little girl. I put little socks on her feet because she was cold. Oh, that's cute. She did have a cute little orange bow in her hair. That's cool. She's not crying still. See, she's always like grunting and pushing because she has to poop. Even when she lays here, she's like, oh, big stretch. Ooh. Ooh. Hey there. Man, she is tired. That's awesome. Good job, little girl. By the way, I hope you noticed I'm wearing my dad shirt. Pretty cool.
That's what you wore in the hospital in the last video.
Yeah, I got that for the pics.
Oh, I guess for the hospital pictures you wear that. We all have matching ones. I have one and Charlotte has one, so we'll need to take a picture of them because they're cute. But
We should.
this is Charlotte, everybody. She's got lots of hair.
Happy 3-week birthday. That's the update.
She's 3 weeks today. She's
And
made it 3 weeks. We've made it 3 weeks.
we will be back we'll do a day in the life, and we still need to do a reaction video to our American Ninja Warrior episode because that's been out for like a month now. We haven't done anything about it. So if you haven't seen it yet, you should watch it, but we'll be putting something out.
Yeah, you'll get a good laugh. It was great.
Yeah, it was funny. It wasn't that great. So
All right, well, that's our update for now. We'll keep you guys updated some more, and hopefully we'll have some fun adventures once things start smooth sailing here soon. So thank you guys for all the love and support. I know this has been so hard, and you guys have sent such incredible and sweet messages, and you guys are all obsessed with Lottie as much as we are, and it has been hard but so rewarding and so fun. So we'll see you guys on the next video.
see ya.